Call to order the special Foxfire Village Special Work Session Meeting, March 6th, 2025. Let the record show that all council members are present with the exception of Councilmember Don Nelson. Now, this meeting, we can only speak about the two things on the agenda. First one being the authorization to advertise delinquent taxes, and the second one is to discuss Foxfire Boulevard correspondence. So, let's go with the advertising of the tax liens. Councilman Gilroy.
You have a stack. Yep. This is what we need to advertise, and we need to give 30 days notice. I missed putting this on the February agenda, for which I apologize. This is March, right? Yeah, okay. But if we'll do it tonight, we'll give it 30 days, and then I'll have Shannon advertise them. And I also will have Lisa get with Hornick and ask him, hey, at what point is it worth it to lien? And I'll have her show him what we got, and then we'll get the rest of them written off.
And we should talk to Jody about which ones can we legally write off,
yeah.
And then the council has to make a decision as to whether we will write it off.
We do that in July. I think it's on the sheet for July.
So
we just need a council agreement to we need to advertise.
So I make a motion that we go ahead and authorize the advertisement of delinquent taxes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So I have a quick
Opposed?
question. No opposed. If we do write them off, those people just don't have to pay, huh?
But it's gonna be such a small amount.
We're talking very small amounts.
Okay, I'm just asking, yeah.
I mean, if somebody owes us under $5, I mean, it's pointless, it's
Okay,
a waste.
that's all I know.
It's like running your credit card for $1 at the store and they take it, you know, and they basically almost lose money on you.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
yep.
Mayor, the only question I would have is, in the past, you've done this before, right?
Do it every year.
And so have we written it off in the past
Yeah.
before, is that,
Yeah.
okay, so it's nothing that.
No, this is a process, yeah.
Alright.
The one thing you do need to know though, this is only taxes prior to this year. Because once the county takes over, we no longer.
Oh, that's true,
Yeah,
that's
okay,
right.
so this is like 2013, 2014, I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Up to 2023.
Yeah, up to 2023.
So this will
yeah.
be the last time we have to do
Oh,
it?
no, we'll continue to advertise because we'll
Right.
still have people who owe us from prior years.
The county will do the collection.
No.
No, county will only do the
Going forward,
advertisement
though.
and collection
Okay.
starting in 2024.
Alright,
We own these forever.
Yeah.
okay.
Got it.
Okay, well, that's the first item. Moving on is the letter that was drafted for the Foxfire Boulevard property owners. This is a letter that I had drafted, Bob Hornick had reviewed it, and I am presenting it to the council for notification to the property owners of changing the parking regulations as well as setting a special meeting for any comments from these people.
I think the letter's fine, but I wanna ask a question. The real issue we have, and I realize there's increased traffic, but the real issue we have is appearance, is it not?
It's both.
Okay, but we don't have appearance anywhere in here.
Because the real reason truly that this has come to a head is that there are now single-family homes being built at the end of the street. We could add appearance in here, but I think the real bottom line and the state statutes that we're following is due to traffic safety. And it is a safety issue, because there is going to be increased traffic.
I don't wanna sound
We're
thick.
saying like 3 homes, right, we're at the.
Yeah,
three
right at
additional
the
homes
very
on that
end.
street.
As well as the club being sold,
Right,
a
but
significant
see-
investment in that club.
So I get it, we need to clean it up over there, but I think appearance plays a big role in why we want it cleaned up too. And I just think we need to be upfront about that somehow if we can. And so, I mean, I don't care if it goes the way it is, it doesn't matter, but I think that the 3 houses on the end, I mean, okay, so that's a couple of cars, like 3 cars, 4 cars.
You may be, it could be questioned, is it really increasing the traffic?
It does, of course it is. I
Why?
mean, they've got their families, they've got visitors, they might have, just not staff, but you know, it changes the makeup of the street, number one, but also, it isn't, to me, it's not a very safe situation. Because there's not a lot of room on that street to begin with, and
What do you
people,
mean
the way,
on basically the cart path? I mean, that's.
it's a street,
It is a street, but it's about as wide as a cart path.
it's
Are you
a
talking right in
one-way.
front of the
Yeah, the
apartments?
driveway.
It's a one-way street,
It's a one-way street.
and there's not a lot of room there, and you're talking about emergency vehicles, and it's not just emergency vehicles for the apartments, it's now emergency vehicles getting to that home, to the homes as well. There's a lot of issues that when you really think about it, having cars parked on the way they're parked.
It's the way they're parked.
Well, and where they're parked.
Well, and the other thing you have to
And
think
it is a
about-
boulevard, just
Right.
remember. And in our plan for our land use plan.
Yep.
Says that our boulevards are very important to us. And the look and the appearance of our boulevards.
Yeah, the look and the appearance, yeah.
Are very important to us, but there's more than that, in my opinion, more than that is the safety issue. Cause if God forbid, they have a fire or an emergency, and yeah, they can go around, but if they get stuck going down that one-way street, which an emergency vehicle will do, they'll go down a one-way street, and if they get stopped or delayed, because if they can't get past these cars, I don't wanna be held responsible for that. There's a lot of safety that there's a lot
That's
of
fine.
what
I
ifs
just
that can
wanna be
happen.
sure that when we have the public meeting and somebody asks, does this have anything to do with appearance, that our motives are, it's not all safety. There is something to do with appearance, and I agree, if I was the new golf course owner, I'd be like, this is not good, it doesn't look good. The thing I'm concerned about is that in part, the village has let it go on for so long. I'm just wondering what the response from the property owners is gonna be. I mean, I didn't say, and we've already agreed to do it, to not let them park there, right? We already do
Well,
that.
and again, the state statute states the town has total
Oh, yeah,
control over
but we
that.
already voted to do that, did we not?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, okay.
This is just a letter that I wanted to run by the,
The timing of we're saying that we'll schedule a special meeting with the property owners over there. And I guess that special meeting, if the club does get sold, they may even want to participate.
sure. It's gonna be,
What's the
a
reason-
meeting that anyone
what's
can
the
go
re-
to.
Yeah, what's the reason of the letter going out and saying this is what we're going to do? And rather than saying that this is what we're proposing to do, or why not have a meeting first and then the letter goes out stating this is, when it should happen. It seems like this may be putting the horse.
But it's not putting them, cause
The
we've
cart
already
before the horse.
decided,
I know we have decided that,
but,
But
and
that's
so
just
we're
the-
informing them ahead of
that
time
it's gonna happen.
that it's going to happen.
So if I'm over
They
there, I'm
need
saying,
to-
why even have a meeting?
Well, they need to make other
Well,
arrangements,
here's the other.
and there's gotta be a
Yeah.
time frame.
The only thing about the meeting is most of these, I looked at all the property owners, most of them are out of town.
Yep.
And so they're not, Becky Ponner's daughter handles all of hers, she lives in Pittsburgh. They're not gonna come to a special meeting.
But they could write, they could call.
Yeah, I agree.
They can,
And what are we looking for?
Well, basically-
From them, what are we looking for? Are we just trying to notify
or
them of it?
notifying them, yes, and
Of the
again,
meeting, but
they
what's the purpose of the meeting? When we have the meeting, what's the purpose of it?
I think it's just a matter of if people have questions, they can ask questions. I think the way this is written is, we would like to get this done no later than October. Okay, so these people, if they say, well, we can't possibly do, this, or yes, we can do this, or, it's just being cooperative with
So we're not looking for
change.
input or anything like that?
We need input.
Well, there'll be
Because
input
all those property owners are gonna have to work together within that HOA to figure out what they're gonna do.
right,
That's not, and that's not good, I don't know who runs it, is it Kevin who runs?
And is it Kevin? Yeah, I think it
I'm not
is.
sure who.
It's a man, Kevin.
That's a lot of work, because a lot of people are out of town, to me is no small undertaking.
They have to provide parking for their,
No, Janice, I get that. I'm
no,
not-
that,
I'm
I
not
mean, so
disagreeing
that's
with
why
that.
we're
And
telling them.
Yeah, and I realize we have the legal right to do that as a, you know, as a municipality, you know, and the reason, because of the safety, I understand that. I kind of agree with Mary, I think, you know, we've talked about it in an earlier meeting, and it was an appearance issue also. And I think we need to be upfront with that. But my whole thing is, why even have this meeting afterwards if we're not gonna listen to input? If you do
We are
have a lot of
gonna
people
listen.
come in
Isn't
here
that the point of
and they have a problem with it.
Well, what problem, the problem that we need to do the best we can to work through is timing. That's really the only thing that's negotiable, I guess, is the timing of it.
Okay.
Because obviously parking accommodations have to be made. And you can't snap your fingers and say, oh, okay, I'll go park at Mary's house.
Good luck with that.
You know, I mean,
Here's the other thing, and I don't know if you remember this, but the new owners of the golf course made it quite clear that those residents that were parking in the parking lot at the clubhouse are no longer going to be allowed to park there. So you've got, I don't know what the number of vehicles are
There's about
that park there.
25. I've counted them
Probably
several
2 dozen,
times.
yeah.
Okay, so 2 dozen, let's,
Give
24
or take,
cars.
yeah.
Where are those people going to park once the golf course comes in and says 24 cars can no longer park here?
Can I think I can ask this question. Has the golf course notified the property owners here that they can?
I don't
no
even
longer
know,
park?
the golf course has not even been sold.
No, it's not done yet, I know.
So
No,
until-
but I'm just saying that if that happens, where are you going to put 24 other vehicles? Because they can't accommodate them right now.
I get that. I wonder, I was gonna say, I wonder if we should wait to set the implementation date until after we do the special meeting.
I don't think so.
No.
Because
I
we're
don't think
giving
so.
them a lot, I mean, we're saying we'd like to have a special meeting in April. And I just picked April, and we'll have to pick a date, we have to give them time, we're sending certified letters to the property owners.
Yep.
And that if we have the meeting in April, and we say we'd really like to get this done no later than October.
It's 6
Maybe
months.
we decide,
That's not
okay,
6
maybe
months.
it's November, well, it would be
May,
6 months
June,
from
July,
April.
August, September, October.
It's 5 months.
You know what, you can do it in 5 months. You can clear they cleared 3 lots for 3 homes in a week. You can clear a lot within a couple of
Janet,
days.
I don't disagree with any of that. All
Then
I'm
what's
saying
the
is-
question?
It's not even a question, it's just, it's a gut feeling that it's gonna be a little more complicated for them to do than you might think. Because they're dealing with an HOA, they got out-of-town owners, and a lot of those people are gonna have to pony up a fair amount of money to do it, which is fine. But I think we should give them 6 months from when we do the meeting in April to get it done.
Well, and I'm not gonna argue over a month if we say we wanna make it get this done by
End of the year.
November.
Well, and I
November
think-
is.
Honestly, I think the golf course, depending on what happens with that, is gonna have a lot to say about this. Because technically, they could come in and say, those cars are gone immediately. And we don't know what they're gonna say, but they could say it. You have to anticipate that. And if they do, where are 24 cars
Well,
going?
but Janet, if that sale closes in April or May, that's gonna happen anyway. I
Right.
mean, so, and the property owners at the condos are not gonna have a place for them to park except where they already are. And the other thing too is, I walk over there, and there's about 24, but you don't know how many are parking in the golf course lot. Or in the golf course, yeah. the
Well, you
golf
can
course
figure
parking
that
lot.
probably,
Well,
that
again-
whole corner there is all,
If the
Residents.
question is October versus November, I'll change the date to November.
I just think we
That's-
should give them 6 months.
Well, November is, that's not a issue. But I think it's something that, and they should be, I don't know if they've been told that the club has a problem. I don't even know, that could be a rumor for all I know. I have not heard anything about the club or any conditions, or any changes, or things that they want
Wasn't
to
it
do.
Randy Fuller who said that was one of the conditions that the new owners had regarding that parking lot?
I don't think it wasn't official, it was nothing, I think they just, he may have mentioned it off the cuff. Cause they've been saying that for years, that even the prior owners, there was always talk about them starting to either charge people to park there or not allowing them to park, And I can see the new owners coming in from day one, there's a liability problem having those cars parked there, I know it. There's not a, we talk about this boulevard and stuff like that, and it's probably not exactly what the original vision for that boulevard was, because now we have that maintenance facility there, and we've got 3, houses going up there now. Is there like a plan for that area? I mean, not that it,
What I would
is
like
it
to,
like-
what
is
I would like
the
to,
village gonna do anything more, or is it
Yes.
like the golf course? If the golf course, and I don't think you can do it or not, and I probably shouldn't speak to this at all right now, it's not the place for it. But what happens if they decide they wanna develop the property between the boulevard and the fairway? There's room in there, you could put, more dwellings up there, or if they decide part of their parking lot, they can.
It's
What
zoned
dwellings-
I mean,
recreational.
is there any master plan for that area?
It's
Number
zoned
one-
recreational district, so
It's
they.
all
they're-
recreational.
Yeah,
they're-
we
Yeah.
cannot put
there's
any
no
homes
homes.
there.
The boulevard is ours, it's not the club's. And if the club says, oh, you know what, we would love to plant flowers in the boulevard, we could, as a town, say, okay, you can plant and maintain flowers, but it's on you, and you must, in
Maintain.
perpetuity, you must
Yeah.
Yes.
maintain that.
I'd
My
rather-
vision, if you wanna know, my vision would be to number one, get the cars out of there. Then clear out the boulevard.
What do you mean by clear out the boulevard?
Take out
Give-
all
Take
the
all the
bushes.
bushes, all the shrubs, okay, take all the
And then
shrubs out,
The
In the
Meagle
median.
strip where everybody's parking right now.
yes.
So
And
that's
then-
between the two
The
two
three,
roads and the driveway that they use, they swing
not
down
a
there.
driveway, it's a street. It's a street,
So there's actually 3 streets?
there are actually 3 streets.
I thought I thought
There's a
2 streets
two-way
and
and then there's a one-way,
Okay.
it's a street. So anyway, and what I would like to do is plant crepe myrtles in between or I don't even know exactly the layout of the trees that are there right now, but to plant some crepe myrtles, you have flowers blooming all summer. I think it would look nice, it would brighten it up a little bit, but, and again, if the club wants to do something, and if they really wanna spiff up the boulevard coming in, it would be on them, but they would have to maintain it, and
And we want
Who
that in
owns the
writing.
meet, the grass area, the Pine Straw area where they're parking right now?
we do.
We own that whole.
So
thing.
the golf course,
They don't own
They don't own
anything until the
anything.
parking lot.
until they get to the parking lot, cause I think at one time, I guess when the improvements were made, the golf course was supposed to maintain, I guess,
No.
I don't know if we
What
bought
was
those
supposed to
scrubs or-
happen
and they
was-
maintained it, there was no irrigation out there.
No,
So they
what
were
was
trucking
supposed to
water out
happen
there.
is that median between the one-way and the two-way,
Where the parking
where
cars
the
right
parkers are, where the cars are parked, the arrangement was that the condo owners would maintain that area, the shrubs, the bushes, and do all that. Well, they've never done
But
it.
we own
But we own it, but that was part of the deal supposedly, that they would maintain it, and obviously that has not happened.
Anyway, this meeting was to discuss this correspondence, so I guess I'm gonna make a motion that, do we approve this letter going out to?
Would we need to put the dates on it for the special meeting in April?
Well, once we figure out when this is, if this is going out, we're sending them certified mail. I would say it would be 30 to 40 days after we mail the letter.
Right, but I'm saying, if we're gonna mail the letter, we have X's in for the special meeting.
Right, well, of course, we're gonna put a date in there, but
I thought, are we deciding the date tonight? I thought that's one of the things we were doing.
can, yes, that
Because
is what we're
otherwise, we
doing.
have to have a date before we can send it out, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
So, if it goes out this week, which means,
Well, today's what, Thursday?
it could go out tomorrow, cause we have all the addresses and Lisa.
Oh, we do? Okay.
Yes. Um,
And we're talking business days?
at best, it would be March 10th, say they hit the post office, could be March 7th, but let's say March 10th. I would say that we would probably schedule the meeting for, I don't know, April,
It'd have to be the week of the 14th, if you're looking at, like, say, 30 days.
14th or the 20, for the week of the 21st.
Yeah. So let's do it.
Well, wait, why don't, can we do it in conjunction with our work session on the 24th?
Our work session isn't on the, oh wait. let me-
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you're right. It was in March.
Well, I was thinking that we would have it later in the evening, perhaps.
After our meeting, our work session?
But the-
So do it after our work session?
Or, I mean, or I can do the 22nd, pretty much, I think, all day, or
Okay,
the 24th,
or the 24th.
yeah,
Those are the only 2 days?
in that week, yeah.
I'd rather do it after our meeting.
Okay, so April 24th,
Yeah.
at what time?
Well, our meeting started at 4:30, so.
6:30.
6?
6 or 6, it doesn't matter, 6,
Six.
6:30. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Then we're done, make it short.
Okay, 6?
And this is just to inform interested parties of what we're going to do.
It's basically finalizing the effective date, really. I think that's what we said
Oh,
to
you gotta
answer
change the
any
date then,
questions. It would be, we would answer any questions that people may have, and then we would finalize the effective date for the change. And of course, if something, you know,
And you've checked with the village attorney, in case this gets, someone wants to adjudicate or something like that, or is
There
involved
really
in
is-
litigation.
We own all the
We own the
properties.
It is the
Stuff
property
we
that
do
they're-
what we want with our property, I guess.
there are state statutes regarding rights of way and roads.
Right, yeah, I
and
understand,
then-
I understand that part, yeah. I understand that part, okay.
And again, it is, more than anything else, in my mind, this is a safety issue. And that's what's really important to me, because, large apparatus, with cars parked there, middle of the night, that's usually when things happen, could have problems getting through there. And not that they can't get there eventually, but it's not a good situation.
There's a little bit of an area between the one-way, the third row, the road that goes through there, and the building itself, those condo buildings. Can those people, I guess they come from the golf course parking lot, and then they head towards Hoffman on that road. Now they pull into the medial strip, right? That's where they're parking.
Okay,
Can they just pull off to the right onto the condo property there and park in front of
There's not enough room.
the whole length of the street there?
Yeah, are you talking right in front of their condos?
Mhm.
Yeah, there's not enough room to be parking cars.
So we know where the right of way, where the village, if you wanna call it village's land, or the right of way is, so in case they decide.
You've got
to park cars.
15 feet from the center, from the side of the road, that's the easement, not parking
you
there.
can't park on the easement.
There's
So you
not,
can't park on the easement.
Yeah, but
Between
there's
the-
not enough
the
room
edge of
for
the
the
easement and
easement
those buildings, you
to
can't
the
put a car.
front door.
You're almost
Park
at the front door by
Yeah.
that point.
yeah,
They're extremely close to the road. And it's not level
no.
either. Okay,
So you're gonna change the date from October 1st to November?
to November 1st, it'll be April 24th at 6 PM. And we'd like to get this, our goal is to implement the change no later than November 1st. So I'm gonna make a motion that we approve this letter to be sent to Foxfire Village property owners.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None being. is resolved.
Did you agree?
No, but it's gonna count as agreed.
No, you have to actually say it.
Oh, I put, okay, nay.
Then you're an A?
Yeah.
Okay, let the record show that Warren Morgan has voted against it. It is a 3-1, actually 4, because Don would be a positive whether he's,
Here or not?
so 4-1.
Right. Yeah, if you don't, that was my understanding, you don't vote, it's a positive vote.
No,
No,
you're not here.
it's
Oh, you're not here,
positive.
okay. Misunderstand. Okay.
That's the way I understand it. Okay. Motion to close the,
So moved.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Meeting adjourned at 4:55.